Well, Matt, I suppose frustration is the overriding feeling on that one. What are your views of the game?
Yeah, I think it was frustrating to watch. I mean, to go down 1-0 as quickly as we did, you know, in comparison to last week where we came out the blocks flying for 16 minutes being 3-0 up, to this week kind of almost the exact opposite. We didn't come out of the blocks the same kind of way. We were a bit slow off the mark and they took advantage of that, unfortunately.
Just irritation as well, penalty save from Sophie Campbell and then the corner pretty much straight after you concede again. It must be things like that which must irritate you a little. Yeah,
I think justice was done. I don't think the penalty was a penalty. So fair play to Sophie. That could have easily gone in the net. She's been strong there and solid, saved it, kept us in the game there. But yeah, to then concede straight away afterwards from a corner is not great.
Well, what were the main messages at half-time?
Well, to be honest, we knew number 11 for the visitors. You know, she's never played for the reserves before. She's always been in the first team, and quality in the first half, you could tell that. So straight away at half-time, we had to figure out how we could, you know, take her out of the game, so to speak. So we changed formation. We changed to free at the back, allowing one player to then sort of move and rotate round and be able to deal with that threat. And in all honesty, it worked. The moment we dealt with the threat, we managed to nullify their attack, and it did very much, the more the game went on, it did very much become in our favour. But, you know, we got one goal. Maybe if it came 10 minutes earlier, it would have been a different story. I think we had a penalty appeal, a very strong penalty shout we didn't get given. But fair play to their defence. I mean, they had, I think, 2 saved off the line as well in that half. So it's not as clear-cut as 3-1 doesn't necessarily represent what the whole game looked like.
The one you got, Annie Hervey, a thunderous free kick. You practice him a lot. She's quite good with her shots from distance, isn't she?
She is good. I don't think she ever practices them. I mean, I actually was thinking to myself she was going the other side because the keeper had moved so far one way. I thought she was going to hit this to the right. Instead, she put it left-hand side, managed to sneak it into that corner. So fair play to her.
Tara Taylor, player of the match again this afternoon. Her versatility is important, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, Tara, if I was her, I'd be really frustrated with the amount of times I've been told to swap positions. But she, you know, she does a job for us, and I think she's proven why we made her captain, to go out there, set the example for everybody, work hard. I mean, even from when she was that extra centre-back that we had, I think for the goal, she picked the ball up, ran the whole length of the pitch and managed to deliver a ball across. So, you know, fair play. That's what started before the free kick was given.
And you said about working hard. You've got to work really hard on a pitch like that, which is huge compared to some of the others you play on. Is it a massive difference?
I think it is, but we have to remember that it's the same for everybody. Mm. The other teams have got to come here and do it as well, and they're not used to that size pitch. It is difficult. The way we play and the way we like to play, we can cope with the size of the pitch. I'm never going to use that as an excuse because we like to play it. I think there are points of the game which the players know where we start to panic a little bit and we start maybe acting in a way where we make it hard for ourselves. When we got calm and we had the ball on the floor, we were playing into the gaps and doing, you know, some nice passes of play, the other team couldn't cope with it. So the pitch actually in the long run, I think, is going to be something that's going to help us in the long run.
You got training one session in the week. What are the main things you think you're going to work on?
Throw-ins for a start. I think we had two foul throws this week. No, I think one thing for me is our aerial control. We do have this thing where I think we're a little bit nervous when the ball's in the air. We're either stepping back and allowing the other team to get the first ball, or we're kind of taking a bit of a swing on the first attempt and not quite getting it. I think those seem to be our biggest sort of problems, like the most urgent that we need to sort of deal with. But the players know that, and we'll do it on training on Wednesday, along with then maybe trying to get the ball down, sort of dealing with being under pressure, so the players know what it feels like to have that pressure. But they know and they work hard, and I can't fault them for anything like that.
Yeah, they're certainly committed. Another 16, presumably you had to leave some more out of the squad today. I thought Emily Bristow was meant to be on a hen party this weekend as well. Yeah,
we told Emily she's not allowed to go out and drink on a hen party. I don't dare ask her if she did, but yeah, do you know what? Fair play. She turned up this afternoon and when she came on, she did make a difference to the game as well. So, I mean, if that's what she does after a hen party, which is her own, then only can wonder what she does when she's fully rested.
And you've got a cup game next week. A bit like some games against reserve side, you don't really know who you're coming up against. Is it difficult to prepare for those sort of games?
I think this one's a little bit easier to prepare for because we know roughly who they're going to bring. They are our first team. What they have is what they've got. The only difficult element of it is trying to understand how competitive their division is, because their Division 2, I believe they're a new team, if my research is right. They seem to be doing fairly well in Division 2, so we don't know, have they started maybe too low down the pecking order and finding it a bit easy, or are they going to turn up and be, you know, a Division 2 standard team and we're going to have a good game? I think all we can do to prepare is make sure what we do when we come out is we start strong, start fast, and not let them settle into the game.
Well, best of luck for next week. Commiserations.
Thank you very much.
Cheers.